Right, ladies and gentlemen, last video here for the night. I wanted to go over some more with the NFL schedule. I went over the schedule reaction last night. I wanted to give my best NFL primetime games for the 2025 NFL season. I picked 8 games. I picked 8 games. They're my personal best primetime games of the season. I didn't put any Cowboys games on here. These are just best games. At least to me, there's probably some Cowboy games that'll be on primetime, but this is just a list of my favorites. And then I'll go over my video schedule for tomorrow. But yeah, let's go over these primetime games here, man. So let's start here. Week 1 is my first game I have up here. The Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. It'll be Sunday Night Football game. So this primetime, man, wastes no time in giving the fans an exciting game to watch. These two teams met in the division round of the AFC playoffs last season and provide a thrilling back-and-forth game in the snowy conditions. It'll likely be a bit warmer in Buffalo to open the season, which maybe could see even more points from two potent offenses led by the last two NFL MVPs of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It's going to be interesting, man. See how those two perform this year. Possibly have more MVP caliber seasons from those two. And they gave us a good battle in the playoffs last year. So that's my first game I chose. Another Ravens game here. Week 3. The Ravens versus the Lions on Monday Night Football. 2 weeks later, it's time for the Ravens to host the NFC playoff team here. Detroit may be without their longtime coordinators Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. Ben Johnson of the Bears, Aaron Glenn of the Jets. But I think people are taking way too much into it, man. I still think, but they still have one of the best rosters, man. They have a great team. Even without those coordinators, I still think they can be really good, man. They still have Jared Goff. They have that good offensive line. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have Jameson Williams. They have David Montgomery. They have Gibbs. Jameer. So they're still going to have a great team, man. And Baltimore can have some early season woes. Look no further than their loss to the Raiders in 2024, and they were still a good team. They can have some early season woes. But because this may give the Lions an early opportunity, a brutal road schedule, so Baltimore can have some early season woes, but even then they're still going to be good. Next game here I wanted to go over. Week 4. Where's that? Week 4. Bengals and Broncos, Monday Night Football. These two teams have opposing strengths. Cincinnati have one of the best offenses in the league. But yeah, these two teams had really opposing strengths, man. Cincinnati had one of the best offenses in the league last year and ran out to a 9-8 record. Denver boasted one of the best defenses that led to a 10-7 campaign. Obviously, in the first round of the playoffs, but that was to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Cincinnati's defense could be better in 2025, but I'm not gonna count on it. And Denver's offense may take a step forward, with Bo Nix and his second season. That's enough to have an intriguing. And that's enough to have us intrigued by an AFC matchup here on a Monday night. At least for me. Bo Nix and Joe Burrow, great matchup there. Week 6, on Sunday Night Football, the Detroit Lions versus those Chiefs. Sunday Night Football, these two teams met for the season opener in 2023, down to the wire finish. Since then, Detroit's made one NFC Championship game, and Kansas City's going to win the Super Bowl. This is yet another tough road matchup for the Lions in 2025, man. They have so many tough games. Kansas City retooled in the offseason with changes on both sides of the ball. Lions should test them in this Sunday night matchup here. Week 8, this one on Monday Night Football, the Commanders versus the Chiefs. Once again, on prime time here. Washington's quarterback Jay Daniels had one of the best rookie seasons in NFL history. The Commanders, they made a surprising turnaround. I didn't think they would make it as far as they did last season. And that was the franchise's first NFC title game since 1993. Daniels and company will have to prove it wasn't just a one-time, a fluke. And what better way to test that against the Chiefs in Primetime. The defense coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, probably throw some curveballs at the young quarterback in his second year. That's a really, really intriguing matchup there. I don't think the Commanders will be just a one-year fluke, man. They're a good team, and I think they'll get even better. Week 10, the Eagles and Packers on Monday Night Football. These two teams met in a grueling wild card game last year. Philadelphia won 22-10 in its first step to in which they won the championship last year. They lost Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, who's now the head coach of New Orleans. They'll likely have a top 10 defense again this year because they still have Vic Fangio returning, and another year of development from their star rookies they had last year. Green Bay's defense could also improve in year 2 under Jeff Hafley, but even then, Kellen Moore leaving is whatever. The Eagles are going to be good, man. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, that offensive line, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and all that talent they have on the defensive side of the football, they're still going to be damn good. And Green Bay must show it can contend with these top teams in the NFC. It's hard to find a better way to prove that than against the defending champions. Green Bay really struggled against the winning teams last year, so they got to find a way to compete against these top teams. Week 11, Lions versus Eagles, Sunday Night Football. The NFC Championship game many expected last season, what I expected at least. What happened in primetime this year? These two teams lost a combined 3 of 4 coordinators in the offseason, but they still have 2 of the best rosters in the conference. I just don't see how these teams struggle. This is a final of Detroit's primetime games, barring a change in Week 18 against the Bears. So, Week 12, the Bills-Texans on Thursday Night Football. The top primetime games of the season ran out with a battle between 2 of the Final 4 teams in the AFC playoffs a year ago. Buffalo's offense should be dynamic again, and the defense could be improved thanks to Houston's additions. Houston has a new offensive coordinator in place, and the impressive defense can improve with development and additions. So, Houston needed a field goal as time expired to beat Buffalo a year ago. We could see another close battle once again. But yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. On my list. So yeah, that's really gonna say for this one. These are my best NFL primetime games. I think at least at 8 of them. So what's your guys' top primetime games for this season? So tomorrow I'll be back with Game 6 of Celtics-Knicks, Yankees-Mets, Soto's return to the New York Yankees. That should be a fun matchup there, Mets-Yankees, and then I'll be doing the Dodgers-Angels, obviously recap every Dodger game. And then the NASCAR Truck Series race, I think it's at like 1:30, so I should have that done before everything else starts. So, yeah, it's really good to say here. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Until next time, have a good night. Peace and have a good night. But there is severe storms tomorrow, so if there is not many uploads, it's because there's bad storms and not my power out. So, just warning you ahead of time. But yeah, peace.